So is Caitlin Clark and three-point contests going to turn out like LeBron James and dunk contests? Because it seemed like a foregone conclusion. I basically thought of it as fact that Caitlin Clark would be doing the three-point, whatever it was going to be called, at the NBA All-Star game in some variation. The ideas floated out there had been Sabrina Ionescu teaming up with Caitlin Clark against Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, Splash Brothers, Splash Sisters, that kind of idea. And the way Shams had reported it and Sabrina had mentioned it in public and Klay Thompson talked about it in a press conference and we saw Adam Silver huddled up with Caitlin Clark, I just figured it was in the bag. And maybe part of the reason that Clark didn't do the WNBA three-point shootout. But now there's a new report out there, and take it, for what it's worth. This is from the Sports Business Journal, a reputable outlet, of course, and they are reporting that Caitlin Clark has told the WNBA she is disinclined to participate in an all-star game three-point contest. This is Tom Friend of the Sports Business Journal. Next month that could include Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Sabrina Ionescu. The reason, according to this, is that she's not interested in shooting three-pointers off of a ball rack, considering her practice regime consists only of catch and shooting three-pointers or shots off the dribble, unless she's persuaded otherwise. It also adds that her and the representatives are still in negotiations, and one scenario could be Curry reciprocating by doing a similar shootout at the WNBA All-Star game. So I go back and forth on this because at the beginning it reads like, oh, Caitlin Clark doesn't want to do it, and maybe she doesn't. And she has the right to refuse, but people will be disappointed and people will say it's weak. That's just the way it works. That's what they've done with LeBron in the dunk contest, right? It's not really a smear on his career. Nobody actually cares in the grand scheme of things, but in the moment it's announced, they'll be like a little rah-rah. If you remember, that was the case even when Clark didn't do the WNBA three-point contest. I mean, the reasoning does make sense from a practical standpoint. It's like when they talk about players in the home run derby not wanting to mess up their swing, not wanting to mess up the shot and the reps and the work you put in. There's also not much reward for her. There's more risk than there is reward, as far as, if it's a poor performance or something. A great performance doesn't really do anything for her. She's really doing them a favor, the NBA, because she's the draw in this scenario. As great as Steph is, we've seen Steph do that. They would be the novelty of Clark doing it alongside them. So she's the draw. But the more I read the article, also the more it sounds like a negotiation. And, getting Curry to participate in the WNBA All-Star game, if that is indeed an idea that's been floated, that would help boost Indianapolis. And so part of me thinks, all right, this is a back and forth and negotiation is still going to happen. And this is just creating suspense. Then there's the other part of me that's like, are we doing Unrivaled again here? Meaning like this idea of she's going to do it. No, she's not. She's going to do it. No. She's not doing it. But what if she does? I don't know. I just found this surprising, the report coming out of the blue. I was not expecting it because I had assumed this was happening. So I guess that's what threw me for a little loop if Clark indeed does tell the NBA, no shoot for you.